Good day everyone. In this chapter, we will going to discuss about operational procedures on illegal drugs and vice control. Procedures in anti-drug operation and investigation.
So, good day everyone. My name is Kasha Leondon and I'm here to discuss this, my assigned topic, which is the buy-bust operation and the entrapment operation. So, this buy-bust operation is an undercover operation carried out by narcotics detectives to catch unsuspecting drug dealers. So, entrapment operation naman is charges often result from vice crimes such as those involving gambling, prostitution, and or drugs. Law enforcement officers have the right to pose as gambling bookies, prostitutes, drug dealers, or other professional criminals to carry out the operation. Some agents are not obliged to reveal their true identities or legal affiliation when asked. So, I will explain the entrapment and the buy-bust operation. Entrapment means is a legal ways to capturing a lawbreakers of a Republic Act of 9165, also known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002. And also, this entrapment, the classical form, is a buy-bust operation. It is when the police officer or police agent disguised as a buyer of illegal drugs, and he undertakes sales transaction with the seller. Okay, so just like for example, si Police Ferlin Dura nakipag-negotiate siya kay Rica Capantok, which is suspected drug pusher. So, nagkita silang duha, ihatag ni Rica ang shabu kay Police Dura. The moment nakwaon na ni Rica ang kwarta kay Police Dura, nga para bayad sa shabu, gidakop dayon ni Police Dura si Rica. So, this is the example of the buy-bust operation. So, paano ba natin malalaman na legal ba ang buy-bust operation? So, ang idea sa buy-bust operation is the idea to commit a crime originates from the offender. So, no one inducing him to commit a crime. So, that's why entrapment operation is a legal form for capturing a criminal. So, that's all my reporting and thank you.
Good day everyone. I am Perlin Dura and now I am discussing my assigned topic. Ang team composition. Ang team composition kay it is designed to ensure that each aspect of operation is carefully monitored, and the exact team members will be selected based on their expertise, knowledge, skills with regards to the operation to be carried out. Ang first team composition, which is team leader. This is a police officer, preferably a PCO, who is responsible for leading the team. Ang team leader, kay siya ang the one who oversees the entire operation. The team leader has the final responsibility for making decisions during the operation and ensure that all action are aligned with the legal and operational protocols. Second, assistant team leader, responsible for assisting to the team leader. Ang assistant team leader kay siya ang the one who assists the team leader in managing the operation and assume command of the operation if the team leader is not available. And the next is ang pusher buyer. Ang pusher buyer kay is a police officer who pretends as civilian buyer of dangerous drugs in order to catch people involved in illegal activities. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Legion Discartin and I am the one to I am the one to report this arresting officer. So, arresting officer, this is a police officer who is responsible for the apprehension of the suspect. So, ang nakita nimo diri sa picture is the two policemen is arresting the man who committed a crime or any mga kanang sala nga labag sa law. So kaning arresting officer sila ang responsible para modakop sa mga tao nga nag-against sa law. And next is investigator on case. So the police officer who is responsible in the investigation, gathering of evidence and preparations of document for the purpose of initializing an inquest for the direct filing of case before the prosecutor's office. So kani nga part is the police will gather information or evidence para i-file siya sa prosecutor's office. So sa kani nga part is mag-gather og evidence, tapos mag-prepare sa mga documents para sa purpose of initializing an inquest for the direct filing of the case before the prosecutor's office. So next is seizing inventory officer. So this is a police officer who is assigned to seize and inventory the evidence from arrested suspect. So from the word seizing is kanang kolektahon. Bali sa kaning officer siya ang responsible para mag-collect sa mga evidence nga nakuha nila dito sa suspect. Then bali mura siya sa seizing inventory officer kay siya ang ga-collect sa mga evidence nga makuha niya sa suspect, tapos i-connect na siya, ihatag na siya nito sa investigator para mag-file og document para sa prosecutor's office. So that's all my part of this reporting, and thank you.
The discussion number 7, backup security. So this is a police officer. So officer who is tasked to provide security to the raiding team in order to prevent and control the entry and exit of all persons in the place of operation. So kung siya ang backup security is muna siya mga officer na nag-provide of security sa raiding team na para ang katoylahang grade na lugar is dili makasulod og lain nga tao and walay makagawas nga tao except sa mga police officers. So 8, recorder. So this is a police officer responsible for recording the events or incidents that occurred during the anti-drug operation. So in the operation of the drug buy bust, kailangan din nga naay recorder or naga-record ang police officer, which is magamit na siya sa evidence kung tayo magkasukaso and para pod defend nila ang sarili kung tayo kasuhan sila sa silang giaresto. So the next is mark money. So the money to be used in the buy bust operation should be duly marked or dusted with ultraviolet powder by officers from the PNP Crime Laboratory. So kung isang mark money is money siya ang ginagamit sa police officer na intel nga magpakaasta nga upalit siya o ganang drugs sa pusher. So ang kaning mark money is meron siyang kwarta nga ginagamit para mapalit og drugs sa isa ka intel. Pero kani siya dili ni siya ginahatag or ginakuan sa ginahatag sa katong nagabaligya. Is ang mark money mo na siya ang ginagamit sa mga police officer. Pero ang kaning mark money gikan na ni siya daan sa other crime nga gikan ni siya sa laboratory nga igamit na pod sa lain na pod nga operation. So mao lang. Thank you.
Good day. My name is Rendel John Y. Celezo, and I'm going to discuss the anti-illegal gambling operation procedures on how to conduct anti-illegal gambling operation. Ang operasyon nga sa illegal nga sugal, isa sa pinaka-importante nga lakang sa pagpakigbatok sa mga illegal nga aktibidad nga makaapekto sa komunidad o sa nasod. The first one is the surveillance of the anti-illegal gambling operation. While conducting the surveillance, the team is tasked to check the illegal activities of the suspected gambling. Bago sila maganda og surveillance, kay dapat gina-check nila og ang usa ka lugar na nagasugal, dapat i-check sa nila og naa ba sila kasulatan nga pwede sila manugal diri og illegal ba jud na ilang ginabuhat. The next one is serving of the search warrant. The team handling the case should be in proper uniform with an identified vehicle serving the search warrant. Ang team mag-serve sa search warrant kay dapat naka-uniforme kay aron katuuhan sa mga public citizen o para iwas pod gubot sa lugar, kay tungod naay nagakondak og search warrant about sa illegal gambling operation. Mao lang to.
So, good afternoon. My name is Rika Kapantok, and this is the continuation of our report. We have preparing the documents in the police station. So, such documents, or what are those documents, should be prepared in the police station. So, we have here the pictures. Like for example, pictures such as photographs of the arrested suspects, just like images of evidence, and we have booking sheets. These are including the time and the date, the information of the suspects, and also the fingerprints for the purpose of record. And we have affidavits of the arrested suspects involved in the illegal activities should be taken as proof. So, affidavits like sworn statement of the suspects, and these documents builds a strong case against suspect and evidence presentation. Next is returning the search warrant and filing of the case in the prosecutor's office. So the evidence and documents are then presented in the office of the honorable judge, and if the judge finds merit in the warrant, the said case will be endorsed to the prosecutor's office and shall be filed as criminal case. So, returning the search warrant, the evidence and documents are then presented. So, in the Philippines, the procedures of returning the search warrant is its validity, and also the officer who executed the warrant must return it to the judge within 10 days of warrant's expiration. And so the question is, what if the warrant was not executed? So, if the warrant was not executed, then the officers must state the reasons for not doing so. And the investigating judge must send the case resolution to the prosecutors within 10 days of the preliminary investigation. So it must be include the finding of fact, supporting action, and also the case record. So when we say case record, apil na dito ang affidavits such as counter affidavits and other supporting evidence. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Razel Mayvi Villarmino and my assigned topic is all about documentary requirements on filing cases involving anti-illegal drug and gambling operations. So why is it important? It is important because proper documentation establishes the chain of custody, authenticity, and integrity of evidence, ensuring it can be admitted in court without question. Failure to meet documentary requirements can result in the dismissal of cases due to technicalities, procedural lapses, or lack of sufficient evidence. Complete and accurate documentation upholds the constitutional rights of the accused, ensuring that legal procedures are followed fairly and transparently. So properly documented operations provide the prosecution with strong evidence to prove the guilt of the accused beyond a reasonable doubt. Accurate documentation ensures that law enforcement officers conduct operations lawfully, preventing abuses of authority or allegations of misconduct. Clear and complete documentation allows for proper review by supervisors, prosecutors, and the judiciary, promoting the integrity of investigations. So in essence, proper documentation ensures that justice is served effectively while maintaining fairness and credibility in the legal process. So the first one is application for search warrant. So what is application of a warrant of arrest? Application of a warrant arrest is a formal process by which law enforcement or legal authority seeks court permission to arrest a person suspected of committing a crime. The next one is endorsement to the prosecutor. So it refers to the formal process in which law enforcement officers or investigating agencies forward the case documents and evidence to the prosecutor's office for legal evaluation and filing of charges in court. The receipt inventory of property seized is a document prepared by law enforcement officers to formally record and acknowledge all items or properties confiscated during a lawful search, seizure, or arrest. It serves as evidence of proper handling and transparency in law enforcement operations. The next one is certification of orderly search. It is a formal document prepared during or after the execution of a lawful search to certify that the search was conducted in compliance with established legal and procedural standards. This certification is often signed by witnesses and is critical in ensuring the transparency and legality of the operation. The next one is turnover of confiscated seized evidence. It refers to the formal process in which law enforcement officers transfer custody of items or evidence obtained during a lawful operation to the appropriate authority, such as an evidence custodian, forensic laboratory, or prosecutor's office. Next is request for laboratory examination in drug cases. It is a formal document submitted by law enforcement officers or investigators to a forensic laboratory, asking for the analysis of seized substances to determine their nature, composition, and whether they qualify as illegal drugs under the law. Next is the result of laboratory examination. It is a formal document issued by a forensic laboratory after analyzing evidence submitted by law enforcement agencies. In drug-related cases, it specifically pertains to the findings of chemical or physical tests conducted on seized substances to confirm their identity, composition, and quantity. Next is joint affidavit of surveillance. It is a sworn statement prepared and signed by 2 or more law enforcement officers who conducted surveillance on a person, group, or location. It details their observations, findings, and activities during the surveillance operation. This affidavit serves as part of the evidence in investigations, providing a factual basis for subsequent actions such as applying for search warrants, arrest warrants, or filing cases. Next is joint affidavit of arrest. It is a sworn statement signed by 2 or more law enforcement officers who were involved in the arrest of an individual. It serves as a detailed report of the events leading to the arrest, including the circumstances, the identification of the suspect, the legal grounds for the arrest, and the actions taken by the officers during the operation. This affidavit is typically used as part of the documentation in criminal cases, helping to establish the lawfulness of the arrest and supporting any subsequent charges or legal actions. Next is affidavit of seizing officer. It is a sworn statement made by a law enforcement officer who has seized property or evidence during the course of an investigation or operation. This affidavit documents the circumstances under which the seizure occurred, the items seized, and how they were handled in compliance with the law. It is important for establishing the legality of the seizure and ensuring the evidence inadmissible in court. Next is chain of custody form. In drug cases, it is a critical document used to track the movement and handling of evidence, specifically illegal drugs, from the moment they are seized until they are presented in court. The form ensures that the evidence remains intact, uncontaminated, and accounted for throughout the entire legal process. It is designed to establish the integrity of the evidence and its admissibility in court. Next one is the booking and information report. It is an official document used by law enforcement agencies to record the personal information and details of a suspect who has been arrested. It is completed during the booking process, which is the procedure of officially recording the suspect's arrest and placing them in custody. This report serves as an important record for legal, investigative, and administrative purposes. Next one is affidavit for pusher-buyer. In drug cases, it is a sworn statement made by a law enforcement officer acting as an undercover buyer in a controlled drug buy-bust operation. The affidavit details the actions and observations of the officer during the operation, including the transaction, the identification of the suspect, and the drugs involved. This affidavit serves as a crucial piece of evidence to support the charges in drug-related criminal cases. The next one is turnover of custody in suspects. It refers to the formal process of transferring the physical custody of an arrested individual from one law enforcement agency or officer to another. This process ensures that the suspect remains or legal actions. Next is affidavit of seizing officer. It is a sworn statement made by a law enforcement officer who has seized property or evidence during the course of an investigation or operation. This affidavit documents the circumstances under which the seizure occurred, the items seized, and how they were handled in compliance with the law. It is important for establishing the legality of the seizure and ensuring the evidence inadmissible in court. Next is chain of custody form. In drug cases, it is a critical document used to track the movement and handling of evidence, specifically illegal drugs, from the moment they are seized until they are presented in court. The form ensures that the evidence remains intact, uncontaminated, and accounted for throughout the entire legal process. It is designed to establish the integrity of the evidence and its admissibility in court. Next one is the Booking and Information Report. It is an official document used by law enforcement agencies to record the personal information and details of a suspect who has been arrested. It is completed during the booking process, which is the procedure of officially recording the suspect's arrest and placing them in custody. This report serves as an important record for legal, investigative, and administrative purposes. Next one is affidavit for pusher-buyer. In drug cases, it is a sworn statement made by a law enforcement officer acting as an undercover buyer in a controlled drug buy-bust operation. The affidavit details the actions and observations of the officer during the operation, including the transaction, the identification of the suspect, and the drugs involved. This affidavit serves as a crucial piece of evidence to support the charges in drug-related criminal cases. The next one is turnover of custody in suspects. It refers to the formal process of transferring the physical custody of an arrested individual from one law enforcement agency or officer to another. This process ensures that the suspect remains under the supervision and control of the authorities and that there is a clear, documented record of the suspect's whereabouts during their detention. And the next one is a summary of information. In filing cases, it is a concise document that outlines the essential facts, charges, and legal basis for initiating a criminal prosecution. It serves as a preliminary summary to inform the court, prosecutor, and other legal entities of the key elements of the case. This summary is typically prepared by the prosecutor and is an important part of the case filing process. And the last one is the surveillance report. In a criminal investigation, particularly in cases like drug offenses or illegal gambling, the next steps generally involve actions taken based on information gathered during the surveillance operation. So these steps are crucial in building the case, confirming suspicion, and eventually leading to arrest or further investigation. And the contact meeting report. It is a document used in law enforcement or investigative context to record the details of a meeting or interaction between officers, agents, informants, or other individuals involved in a case. This report serves as the document for discussions, agreements, or actions taken during the meeting, which are relevant to the investigations or cases at hand. This meeting could be with a confidential informant, a witness, a suspect, or even with the context of inter-agency coordination. So, my next topic is about implementation of ordinances on smoking. So the chances of secondhand smoke for non-smokers are minimized by virtue of Land Transportation Ordinance number 2009-036. Offenders are apprehended by these agencies and a violation shall be part of its sanction. The offenders must pay the fine designated banks. So in the Philippines, the penalty of The penalty for smoking in public places is governed by the Tobacco Regulation Act of 2003, Republic Act number 9211, and the Executive Order number 26 issued by President Rodrigo Duterte in 2017, which further strengthens the implementation of smoke-free environments in public spaces. So the implementation of ordinances on smoking is aimed at reducing the harmful effects of secondhand smoke on non-smokers by restricting smoking in certain public places, workplaces, and other areas where people congregate. Secondhand smoke is a known health hazard, and ordinances that regulate smoking aim to protect the public from its harmful effects, especially for non-smokers who are involuntarily exposed to it. So here is the penalty for smoking in public places. First offense is the offender is fined 500 pesos for the first violation. Second offense is the penalty for the second offense is 1,000 pesos, and the third offense is subsequent offenses. The penalty will be 5,000 pesos. So additionally, local government units have the authority to impose stricter penalties based on local ordinances. Some cities or municipalities may impose additional fines or even imprisonment for repeated violations. I think that's all for my topic. Proceed to the next reporter.
Good day, sir. Good day, classmate. My name is Sasa H. Pundahala, and this is my topic on CDI 7. So I am the next reporter. So let's begin. Liquor ban. In the Philippines, the liquor ban is strongly implemented. Following occasion. So, kabalo naman ka nga, ang liquor ban is mo ni siya ang pagbawal sa government na mag-distribute or magbaligya og mga alcoholic drinks during a period of a specific time towards na ay occasion such as kaning na local or national election or unsa pa balya nga ginadili ang pag-distribute og kaning mga alcoholic drinks. So number 1, minor age 18 years old and below are not allowed to buy alcoholic drinks in convenience stores and supermarkets. So we all know nga ang kaning minors is ginabawal jud sila nga mo palit og alcoholic drinks sa mga convenience stores ug mga supermarket tungod wala pa sila na nakaabot sa required age para makapalit og alcoholic drinks. So next is number 2, drinking of alcoholic drinks is strictly prohibited in all government offices during office hours. So ginaban or ginabawal ang pag-inom ng alcoholic drinks sa mga government offices during office hours because kabalo naman ta sa epekto sa kaning alcohol sa human. So naiuban pag makainom og kaning alcohol mawala sa pasi, mag-wild, nauban kay makatulog. So muna ginabawal na siya sa workplace, especially sa government offices kay para dili na mahitabo o para dili maka-interrupt sa unsa man ang kaning ginabuhat sa mga government offices during office hours. So number 3, alcoholic drinks cannot be sold a full 24 hours before and after the local and national election. Omnibus Election Code. So ginabawal ang pagbaligya or pagpamaligya o ganing mga alcoholic drinks sa sulod sa full 24 hours bago ang local o national election. Used sa Omnibus Election Code. May kabalo mata pag election ginabawal jud na kay tungod kabalo ta sa effects sa kaning alcohol nga makahatag na siya og kaning gubot, especially sa kana nga time nga ang whole nation is naga nagatutok sa national election. Ginabawal jud na kay balo na ta nga makahatag pud ni kagubot ng alcoholic, especially sa mga tao pag mahubog na kay mawala sila sa pasig. So next is drunk driving. So drunk driving has led to many vehicular accidents, resulting in the loss of lives and properties of innocent victims, and the drunk driver deserves the penalty for vehicular accident resulting in damaged property and lost lives, legally known as reckless imprudence resulting in damage to properties or reckless imprudence resulting to is elevated to the maximum penalty due to drunk driving. So kabalo naman ta nga most sa kaning may kaning vehicular accident nga mahitabo dili sa atoa sa Pilipinas is ang main cause ani niya is drunk driving. So tungod sa drunk driving dahanog kaning mga kinabuhi nga nakalas, mga property nga nagba tungod sa pag mga driver nga pabaya nga na bisag na kainom na mag-drive gyapon. So ang kaning ang penalty sa mga vehicular accident resulting sa damage to property or loss of lives kay or legally known as reckless imprudence resulting in damage to property or reckless imprudence resulting to homicide is elevated the maximum penalty to drunk driving. So next is kaning naay 3 ka test nga mahibal-an if ang kaning offenders drivers nga kaning nakalambigit sa vehicular accident mahibal-an siya if kaning nakainom siya. So number 1 is kaning ang kaning officer nga moadto sa kaning vehicular accident kinabuhat siya on the spot na kaning ang offending driver kay gina-request sa police nga i lift niya ang iyang left hand tapos i-balance niya ang iyang lawas gamit lang isa ka tiil. So pag ang katong offending driver nga nakalambigit sa vehicular accident kay dili niya kabuhat so nagpasabot nakainom siya while ga-drive. So next is kaning breath analyzer. So ang kaning mga officer nga ni-rescue or kaning mga halimbawa police ni abot sa kaning accident ang offending driver or person kay ginamitan siya og kaning breath analyzer. So ginapa-exhale sa police officer sa offending driver ang breath analyzer para maibalan sa presence sa yang breath kung naabay alcohol. Naabay alcohol na ma-detect sa yang breath. So pag once na alcohol nga ma-detect sa yang breath, nagpasabot nga nakainom siya while nag-drive. So ang pinakalasan is kaning scientific ways determining if kung katong offending driver or individual na lambigit sa vehicle accident may nakainom siya while nag-drive is kaning ang katong offending driver kuhaan siya kaning 5 ml nga bloods tapos ang katong blood nga nakuha sa iya or na-extract kay ginabutang siya sa kaning headspace gas chromatography with mass spectrometry. So kana nga machine makadetermine na siya if ang katong offending driver kay makita kung sa blood niya makita if na ay kaning alcohol nga naka-present. So pag present lang sa alcohol nga makita sa blood sa katong offending driver mahibalan or ma-prove lang na mga allegation nga sa katong driver nga nakabangga or naka-aksidente ay nag-drive siya nga nakainom. So, mao lang to kong topic. Thank you. That's all.